Arantxa fight.
Monica Seles will serve to begin the first set in the D'Amore Open Championship.
Good opening point. It's always nice to have a longish point right at the beginning to get yourself into the match.
Fifteen all. Yesterday in the semifinal, Monica Seles struggled with her first serve.
And that's how damaging her first serve, or let's say how effective her first serve is. You know, she's tall, 5'10", so she cracks quite a pretty mighty swipe at that serve, and the returns are going to be a little bit short if she gets a lot of first serves in.
There, 40-15.
And she also has to know that when she hits this effective serve that she's got to start moving forward, because the return will be a little short. You have to be alert for that.
Seles knocked off the #1 player in the world, Martina Hingis, in the semifinal. Sanchez Vicario has beaten the #6 seed, Conchita Martinez, and the #2 seed, Jana Novotná, on her way to the final.
And just thinking about Monica's serve, it was interesting after the match. She didn't seem to think that her serve had let her down at all. And when I was talking to her, I said, your service percentage was pretty low at the beginning. She was really amazed that it was as low as that. So I suppose all that means is that she really still has confidence in her serve and in her second serve as well.
And a game for Monica Seles. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario will serve when we return to Stade d'Amore. In championships, was here to watch the semifinals. This is the place to be.
Didn't Anna Kournikova have a famous spectator?
Kind of a
supporter.
Not a bad little hockey player. Sergei Fedorov was here from the Detroit Red Wings.
Beautiful. Just a fantastic angle. And this is a difficult game for Arantxa. This opening game on her serve. She's bound to be just a little bit tight. It's hard to come out serving your best in the opening game. But Monica is ready. The trouble is, if you let Monica get ahead, things are not too promising for you.
0-30. Now, since 1981, no player seated lower than #4 has ever won the D'Amore Open singles title. And the only other #5 seeds, as is Monica Seles, to advance to the finals, Claudia Kota-Kilsch in '85, and Zina Garrison in '87.
The slice from Sanchez Vicario, I think, will be utilized quite a lot on the backhand side, because that enables her to keep the ball skidding low, and that is a shot that Monica prefers least on her forehand side. She likes the ball to come up to her a bit.
15-40 and 2 break points now for Monica Seles in the opening set.
Arantxa has had trouble getting off to a really quick start. Quite a few matches all through the year, actually.
And a break of service. And now it's 2-love for Monica Seles in the opening set.
So ready she was for the slightly shorter ball, and it's a very good sign that she came into the net. That skyscraper lob that Arantxa produced there has won her a lot of matches. Particularly, I think of matches against Steffi Graf. Steffi, if I would have to play against Arantxa, I would particularly practice my overhead before the match started, because these lobs are tremendous, and you need to just be able to really angle them off. The one that Monica had there she could nail, but basically you need to find a way of putting them into the corners so they don't keep coming back.
Oh, you called it last night a lob with intent on behalf of Jana Devantna, knowing that they had to get it over her head and try to drop it in very close to the baseline.
Yeah, and offensive lob. These ones that cause you trouble are the defensive lobs. Great serve.
And an ace. 40-love.
It's pretty close.
And holding serve, Monica Seles, and jumping out to a 3-0 lead in the opening set. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario serving down love 3 in the opening set, but do not let this concern you. In 3 of the previous 4 matches leading up to the final, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario dropped the opening set.
She's made some amazing comebacks this year, and particularly I think of the match Arantxa played against Serena Williams in Paris.
Well, we were talking about the fans. There's Stefan Quintella of the Montreal Canadiens, and you can see him wearing his work duds when CTV Sportsnet signs on October 9th. We got a terrific NHL package beginning with the New York Rangers, Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, nearly. Good play by Arantxa. But I was saying that a lot of people thought that she might lose to Serena Williams. This is a tough move. She's left quite a lot of space there, but not enough time for Monica to quite get into position. And she was a 7-5 to down against Serena, and it looked as if she wasn't playing well enough to convert the match. But she found a way. And it seems that as soon as she really gets in dire straits, her fighting spirit, her never say die spirit, just kicks in. It's amazing, after all the years that she's played on the circuit, that she still never plays a ragged match. I mean, ragged motivationally.
Close on the call. Monica Seles still in this game. 40-15.
And I'm impressed to watch Monica really being so alert, ready for the short ball. You know, sometimes you can be hitting the ball so well at the baseline and you forget that you've got to charge up and expect a short ball.
.30 with the double fault.
Oh, golly, it's essential for Arantxa to win this game. 40 love was looking pretty good. 40-30 isn't nearly as optimistic. I mean, you put so much pressure on both your first and second serve return, Monica.
Sanchez Vicario up 40 love in her service game.
Now this is a good forehand here, but it comes back to her where she's just come from. She was sort of expecting that ball to go across court, Arantxa was. And she could only play a defensive forehand. So her lead evaporates quickly in this game.
Into the net, advantage for Sanchez Vicario.
And intentionally, I think Arantxa is playing a slightly slower ball and trying to underspin it, trying to disallow Monica just lapping up the pace.
Both of them had reason to probably dispute, and Ulrich in the chair did not overrule, finally called out, and now eventually a little finger wagging. No.
It was a difficult shot to judge because it was an overhead. It looked as if it might have just missed the line, but you know, it was coming from such a different angle.
3-1, Seles leading.
Good serve. That's great tennis from Arantxa. If she can get her backhand down the line, one that she drives through with a little bit of topspin going, if she can get that going, she's a different player.
15 all.
I read an interesting thing about Monica in the Fed Cup, which was, of course, where they last played each other, that she spent quite a bit of time each day playing against a wall with those swing volleys because it speeded up her reaction time at the net.
30-15. Now, before, Sanchez Vicario used to get a little more emotional on line calls, but she seems to have been able to tone that down. Would a line call get her emotionally into this match?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's not a bad idea ever if you really a little bit tense and can't quite get into match to get yourself a little angry to get a bit of adrenaline going. That's sensational. But, you know, in the past, Arantxa did sort of query balls that I think she probably knew were okay. As we just watched that, absolutely dynamite, real dynamite. That one was an explosive backhand. You know, going quickly back to Arantxa and querying calls, in Paris she got booed actually at one stage for doing that, so she seems to have turned it right down.
40-30. And Monica has been known to argue a call. She said earlier in California she absolutely lost it during one, and it rattled her the rest of the way. And now she says, I'm just trying to tone it down, make my point, and move on.
I think that's the way you have to handle them. You shouldn't stop yourself getting angry if you really feel that about a call, but you've got to say, okay, I'll get angry for 10 seconds or 30 seconds, but then it's over. Then you have to concentrate, because Jana Novotná felt she lost a match by getting upset with line calls.
That's game for Monica Seles. She leads 4-1 in the championship. Sanchez Vicario trying to hold serve here as Monica Seles leads in the opening set of the Demore Open final 4-1. Wasn't hit very well, but it was effective.
Incredible angle. When she was just looking at their respective coaches, on the left it's Gavin Harper, who works with Monica Seles. On the right it's Angel Jimenez, who works with Arantxa. He worked with her for several years, quite a while ago. Then she went through a whole bunch of different coaches. Arantxa had a different coach for her serve, who was Rose, Australian, one of the famous old Australians. But now she's back with Angel Jimenez. She worked with her brother for a while.
Love 30.
Arantxa actually, believe it or not, looks to me a little bit negative, not negative, a little depressed in this match, you know, as though she's a little scared that what can happen playing against Monica. You know, you have to remember that the last set they played, which was in Madrid in the Fed Cup, it was a love set to Monica. So Monica obviously has that terrifying presence on the other side of the net.
30 all.
So glad when she does that.
Federation Cup was the first of 5 straight events that Seles has played in. She said she will never do that again. This is the 5th event. She said it's just too taxing physically to play this much tennis.
Especially as after Wimbledon, Monica apparently, just as we watch this shot again, it's a good shot from Monica, but this one comes out of the blue, just another big shot cross court. That's really the best place for Arantxa to hit a forehand. I was saying that Monica, after Wimbledon, had to do some jury duty, so she missed out on her training program.
She said it was necessary, though, to get the time in. She needed to get a lot of tennis in, even though she says she doesn't want to do it again because she wants to be prepared for the U.S. Open. She is definitely taking next week off.
And Monica, didn't she say she was still a work in the making?
Yeah, work in progress, she told Rob, yes.
Well, it's been quite a terrible year for her, with her father dying and being ill for so long, and she couldn't play the Australian, and then she, you know, everybody admired her for coming back, playing the French and doing so well.
Sanchez Vicario. And what an emotional final that was. Sanchez Vicario and Monica Seles. Their conversation at the net. Seles Sanchez Vicario holds serve. 4-2 lead for Monica Seles in the first set of the Demore Open Championship. This is the 19th time these two players have met. And of those 19 times, the 18 previous, 8 of them went to 3 sets.
Oh, boy. The most amazing thing about Monica's game is that she could equally well have gone down the line with that shot. No, but this time she just chose the cross-court version. Just too much power, not able to control it. If it was anybody else other than Arantxa, I would say they might be a little weary today after a 2.5-hour strenuous, tense match last night, finishing at 9 o'clock. Novotná had to go back on court and play doubles. She was pretty wiped out by the end of the singles, and that was a 3-set double.
40 love. Novotná and her partner Martina Hingis are in the doubles final. They looked like they were having fun last night, though.
Oh, it was terrific tennis. The women's doubles this year, and actually the last couple of years, has been sensational. Same number 1 for Seles.
Oh, that'll leave mark. And Seles holds serve. She leads 5-2 opening set. Monica Seles leading the championship final 5-2 in the opening set. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario to serve.
That time Arantxa managed to get enough hook on her cross-court backhand that it took Monica further out of court. As we always say, the one way to really exploit Monica. If we just look at this stat, second serve points won. For Seles, she still wins as many as she does on her first serve. For Arantxa, if you saw that, she has a very low percentage when she misses her first serve of winning the point.
Is that because she takes so much off her second serve?
No, it's because Seles is just, well, she takes something off because Seles is so awesome. Right?
15 all. Well, she did it against Martina Hingis. When Hingis had to go to a second serve, Monica Seles started to creep in over the baseline and really force the issue. And right now she's just on the baseline.
Yeah, right in, threatening the second serve. That was a good serve, though.
30-15.
I thought Monica was very modest yesterday when she said that against Hingis she decided to really become more aggressive, and she was a little lucky because it worked. She said she tried exactly the same tactic against Lindsay Davenport in the last couple of tournaments. She lost to her, and it hadn't worked.
Couldn't do anything about it, and Monica realized that. It's just too good.
Well, I have to say that I thought Monica did well to even get there. That was an awfully good drop shot, and at least she made Arantxa hit her second shot a lob. Beautiful play from Arantxa.
Oh, down the line. 40-30.
And that was pretty much the same serve that Monica had flubbed. It's a good serve, but it's deep. It's right into her power zone, and goodbye. Not even a look in.
Exactly what we talked about at the start. The power both sides. point. To deuce.
Interesting from lots of points of view. I mean, Monica pummeling Arantxa's forehand, which is supposedly the weaker side. And Arantxa doing exactly what she should try to do against Monica. Hit the ball deep down the line and then short angle cross court to make Monica cover as much court as possible.
Arantxa giving the quick little look there. I don't think she thought that was out. Advantage now for Sanchez Vicario. Just out.
And that had to be termed an unforced error for Monica.
Serve is Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. It is 5-3 in this opening set at Stade de Maurier. Coming up in September for golf fans, the Bell Canadian Open at Glen Abbey, September 10th to the 13th. Vijay Singh, who just won the PGA Championship, said he would definitely be in Toronto. It's a terrific field. Marco Mira will be there. And so will CTV Sports.
In this game, I feel it's sort of imperative for Monica to play a good game, not to try to force it. In the last year or so, excuse me, she's had a little bit of a problem closing out sets, and it's obviously Arantxa's probably the hardest person to close them out against. Too bad, Arantxa.
15 love as Seles tries to serve out for the first set.
And obviously the reason that Arantxa is so hard to close out is that, you know, she'll just try that little bit harder and she'll somehow get every single ball back. So there are no shortcuts.
Always dancing and always moving. The feet never seem to be still. Seems incredibly fit coming in.
Oh, she is fit. I'm sure she's not really tired from last night.
Dirty love.
Actually, Arantxa really is giving Monica a little help in this game. 2 errors off the backhand side.
Out again, 40 love. Triple set point for Monica Seles, the number 5 seed, number 6 in the world. Victory here by Seles would not change her ranking. She'll stay number 6, but close the gap between herself and Venus Williams as they battle for number 5. It's Hingis, Davenport, Novotná, Sanchez Vicario, Williams, and then Seles, 1 through 6 in the world. Seles holds serve and wins the opening set 6-3.